Hello, good morning, guys. And today I'm going to be teaching you how to create splash screen for your Android application using Android native on C Sharp, xamarin Android native. So today, what we're going to do is basically go to Android app, xamarin, and create a new project. Essentially, I'll give it a name. I'm going to call my screen 5 and click create. Then click save. I was actually working on it earlier, that's why there's a project. Then you pick any of the template here, and you go to Android 6.2. I prefer using Marshmallow because it's basically old, but it's not that old, so it's more compatible. So click OK. You wait for the project to create. Then basically we're going to be creating a splash activity, then some XML files. Instead of using a layout, I'm going to use an XML file. So since we're here, we just remove the main launcher from the main activity. We're going to be moving this to our splash activity because that's our first activity. When we load the application, that's the first activity we're going to get, the splash activity. So first we're going to add a new item and add an activity. Call this splash activity. Splash activity. We add it. Then you go to our resource. Go to drawable. In drawable, we're going to add two new XML files. One XML file will be to load up the background color you want on the image. Then another XML file. I'm not going to use a plain background, I'm just using a gradient, so I'm going to use an XML file for that as well. So we'll call this splash screen. And that's the screen. Instead of using a layout, we're going to use an XML file instead. It's essentially a layout, but not a layout. So I hope you get it. Add. I'll just duplicate. I included the wrong file. Let's delete this. Add new XML file. Call this splash screen. Splash screen. I just make a copy, and I duplicate this, paste, and I call this let's call this background gradients. Okay. Now you're going to need to bring in your actual icon that you're going to use for your splash page. If you're going to use an icon, keep mine in desktop. Yeah, splash logo. You can just drag it into your drawable. And now you're done with that. We're going to go back and edit that. But for now, we'll go to values, go to styles, and we're going to make a new style to load for our splash page. We're going to call this style. Let's give it a name. Let's call it my theme.splash. Now the parent theme. Let's use theme.appcompact. Light. And the thing we're going to use is going to have no action bar, so that's no action bar. Action bar. And that's it. Now basically we're going to load up some extra items so we could use this more efficiently. Okay, the first one I'm going to load is Android window full screen. Android window full screen. Then we add the screen we want to use, which is basically going to be our drawable, our screen, our splash screen, XML file. So drawable slash splash screen. Yeah. Now I'm going to copy this, so this will be a lot easier. So then paste this. So next I'm going to add some extra content here. So sorry, this is supposed to be our Windows background. And full screen, call this true, make this true. So it loads in full screen mode. True. Make this true. Then we add up our title. So Windows, the file is not going to have any title. No title. This is true as well. Then a content overlay as well. True. Then window content overlay. Content overlay. Window content overlay. Let's make this null. We're not going to have any content overlay on this file. Then an action bar, window action bar will be true as well. Action bar. Make this true. True. I think we're done there. And now we're going to edit our splash screen file. Go to splash screen. Splash screen. This is going to be on a layer list. Give it an import our Android resource. And let's call it Android. I think the URL is http schemas.android.com/apk res/res/android. That should be it. Yeah, that's it. Once we're done, we'll include some extra items. Scroll on item 1, we'll be including a drawable for the background gradient. So Android drawable. I think the location is that's drawable slash background gradients. And I should have seen this, I think. We'll end this here. Shit. Interesting. Another item. This item will be for our image. This one. Android source, image source. Yeah, a drawable. So drawable splash logo. Yeah, I say. Then the next one is Android gravity. It should align everything to the center. Let's call it the center. Yeah. And we'll close this tag. Okay. Now we have to edit our background gradient to make it usable. I'm going to copy this from here. So I don't have to type it again. So this is in a shape. The gradient will be in a shape layer, a shape tag. Android shape. I'll call the shape rectangle. I'm going to use rectangle here. Oh, like this. Okay. Now we're going to include our gradients. Android type. I'm just going to copy this. See, this is going to be linear. The gradient type is going to be linear. The angle, I'm using a 135-degree angle. You could use whatever you feel comfortable using. Then you have your colors. Start color. End color. I'm using white on both start and end color, but you could use whatever color you choose to. Okay. Now finally, we're going to edit our splash screen. Yeah, you need to change this to an app compact because we made our style app compact. So yeah, compact activity. Then you just add using 100x app compact and the rest. You should always, when you're creating a splash screen, always try to include a persistable bundle. I'm going to put my persistence. Yeah, I'll just include this as well. I think we'll make this public. Yeah. Now we'll include our own resume file using a protected modifier. Override on resume. Okay. Now we add our start activity. Start. I'll reference us back to our main page once it loads. Once everything is started, it references back to our main page. So new intent. Create a new intent. And we add our application context. Application.context. Context. Type of. The type of is going to be our main activity. Main activity. Okay, that should be it. And there's something you need to do. It's not important, but you should do it so you won't be able to cancel the splash activity using your back button. So public override on back press, and you should do nothing. Just do nothing. So basically, we're done here. We need to change this to our main launcher. So we have to include our theme. Ensure you get the correct theme name, very important. Just copy it from here. If you don't get the correct theme name, it won't launch. Main launcher. Equate it to true. Call this true. No, true. Then no history. This is another very important thing to include when you're trying to make a splash. To make this true, so it does not store history in the stack, essentially. So I think that's basically all you need to do. Let's try to run this and see how it works. Okay. It's running perfectly well. So that's how you create your application splash screen using Xamarin. What's up, guys? This is XL here, and if you enjoy the content, please like and also subscribe for more amazing content. I really appreciate you. Bye.